Hi, you guys. Hello, and welcome to the Nosy Bystanders Live. I am your host, Chief Nosy Bystander, and we got a interesting show today. So we're going to be doing a little bit of catching up to speed with Bishop Whitehead. We're going to talk a little bit about the Megan the Stallion case, and then we're also going to be talking about chef law canons. We got three little stories, two little tiny stories, but the bulk of them are going to come from Law Canon. And it's really just other people's accounts of him and what I've come across on social media. Um, so it's what I've come across social media. So yesterday we discussed Shanquella Robinson's case and just kind of like doing another recap on that, and then kind of getting people to understand that her case is not dead. It's she's not getting justice, right? Those two negatives equals a positive. She's not getting justice, and that the bureaucratic process is slow and people are just going to have to just find something else to talk about. Okay. Find something else to talk about. The case is way too national for it to be dead in the water. The United States has no absolutely zero vetted interest or intentions on taking the case, so you're just going to have to wait for Mexico. If you watched any of our content that we did on Shanquella Robinson, I had already posted hundreds of thousands of times what the three websites you should be looking for to catch updates on her case. And they are not bloggers. Two of the websites are from the Baja California Sur prosecutor's website, the Mexican government State Department website, as well as if you're not a big fan of websites, go to the Baja California Sur's prosecutors Facebook pages, over 48,000 followers, so you're going to know it's his page, and he posts updates every single day for every case he covers, from missing persons to um, other extradition treaties that are other extradition requests that they have been granted, and so on and so forth. So check out all those three locations to get updates on Shanquella Robinson's case. Facebook, as well as their website, if you have a smartphone, will translate them so you don't have to worry about language barrier. So before we begin, let's see who's all up in the building. Hello, old school hearts. I read your post already. I just want to say hello, and then we're going to come back and we're going to reread it a little later into the show, okay? Because I read your post, and honey is wild. What's up, that girl, Chris? How you doing today? Hello, Scientiffany. Hello, Stephanie Buchanan. Hello, Cree. Hello, Sheree. Hello, Angela. Hello, Amber. Hello, Lolly No Pop. Hello, Callie. Hello, Nikki. Hello, BB. Hello, Brown Delight. Brown Delight says, "Hey, nosy cousins." Hello, Brenda. Hello, nosy or inquisitive. This is from Sheer Madness by Calendra LLC. Hello, how you doing today? Hello, Wine V. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Tynesha. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Shauna. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Lifesaver. Hello, Burnett. Hello, End Dash Spire. Love that. Hello, Earth is Ghetto. Hello, Chaz Princeton. Hello, Big Dream. Big Dream says, "Hey, Chief and Nosy Fam, just got off of work. Good timing. I guess my show falls in perfect lining when you guys are settling in, cooking dinner, braiding your kids' hair, and arguing with your husbands." Okay. Hello, Lucky Lady. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Shan. Hello, Triple Leo. Hello, Callie. Hello, Julia. Julia said, "What's up, Nosy Cousins?" On my mama side. Oh, we did. When you're the cousins on your mama's side, those the good cousins. I don't have any cousins on my mom's side because my mom only had a brother, and her brother is trans. So so my aunt Steph, who I was named after in the 80s, she's been trans a long time. She had no children, so I don't have any cousins on my mom's side. That's it. That's it, you guys. Hello, Denise. Hello, Z. Hello, Chaz Princeton. Hello, Kimiko. Hello, Ashley. Hello, Janine. I hope it's Janine. Hello, Scientiffany. Hello, Duro's mom. Hello, Tamika. Hello, Taurus season. How you doing today? Hello, Half Crazy. Hello, Margaret. Hello, Veronica. What's up, Loretta? Hello, Suli. Hello, K Smith. Oh, y'all all in the building. We got to get to the bottom, y'all, because Facebook is late every time. Hello, S Sparkle. Hello. Something in Russian says, "Another nosy viewer in the house. What's up?" I don't know what your name is, but hello. Hello, Tovania. We got to say hello to Facebook because they always come in late. Hello, Trina. Hello, Armida. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Jacqueline. Hello, Jocelyn. Jacqueline said, "What's going on with these chefs? It's Chef's Week." So, like one chef who's just a crumb bum, there's always more. Hello, Eugenia. Hello, Mrs. Sugar Sweetness. Hello, Tasha. Hello, Cassie. Hello, Tiny the Ninja. Hello, Auntie Tonisha. Hello, Parrish. So if I missed you, I apologize, but welcome to Nosy Bystanders live show. So let's get started with oh, there you go. So my name is Nikki. Because your name is in Russian or Ukrainian, but hello. Trina said we are not late. You're not. I just like messing with you guys. Is it, can you drop the links to 3 websites? I'll do you one better. After today's show, I'll leave a link to the previous episodes. Okay. And it'll have the links to all of them there. I did like 10 live streams on Shanquella. If you go to our page, any episode title with Shanquella has all the links there, but I can leave a link to those episodes there. Okay. So I wanted to start off with Bishop Whitehead now. As y'all know, the good Bishop Whitehead has been charged in federal court with money laundering, not money laundering. I apologize. Not extortion. He's just been charged in federal government 3 counts. Okay, I can't remember them. I got to pull them up. He's been charged for basically stealing $90,000 and also not paying one of his workers $5,000. So Bishop Whitehead has been thoroughly charged. Well, you know that he has been on Facebook. I'm sorry, he has been on Instagram trying to clear his name, essentially, if you will, but he's just leaving a whole bunch of cryptic messages. That's really what he's been doing. He hasn't really been doing much else, but just leaving a whole bunch of cryptic messages in regards to his story. Well, day before yesterday, we did a live stream playing his last video. His last video was a day after he had bonded out of jail, where he was talking about that he's an innocent man and that he's going to be exonerated, and that we, as the viewer, needed to read. And he said that a number of times in the video. He said, you need to read. You need to read. You need to read. You need to read. And he looked directly at the camera. So I feel like it's a cryptic message. He's trying to say something. I'm not entirely sure what, but apparently he's got a dream team of lawyers who are going to tell us what it is that we need to read. He also stated in that live stream that the person he had been talking to, i.e., a blogger, which I'm assuming is Tasha K, allegedly, said that she's going to blow a specific story wide open. Now, I don't know what story he's referring to, but it could be that story that he has shared earlier this year that about Larry Reed. That is the whole premise. That, at least that's what I believe. I believe Bishop Whitehead turned over everything that he knew about that story that he got from the one other blogger who was thoroughly sued by Larry Reed. And I believe he turned it over to Tasha K. I do believe Tasha K at some point in time. I believe that at some point in time, that story is going to come out from Tasha K. And it's definitely going to have a lot to do with Bishop Whitehead. It's definitely going to have a lot to do with Bishop Whitehead. In my personal opinion, I think it is. In my very much personal opinion, I think it is. Let me get some of your comments. Because that's what it is. So he's been leaving cryptic messages across Instagram, and that is the overarching tone of his messages, that essentially, allegedly, Larry Reed is the one who set him up, allegedly, and that someone is going to be cracking a story on Larry Reed. So I read the whole indictment. He goes, send it to us. I couldn't find it. We will be, send it to us. I'd like to read it. What's up, St. James? How you doing today? You said child. Reed done got him. Wanda said Reed is Larry. I believe so. This is from Tanya. Says, I believe you talk about Larry Reed. Yes, absolutely. I think that's the overall consensus. This from Brown Mama says, well, apparently there's another Fed case coming out in a few months. This was just to get started for Bishop Whitehead. I can believe that. Did Larry Reed say that? Because I believe it. This is from Harper Noir. Says Daily News article says Bling Bishop Lamar battles another church in legal brawl. Boots congregation from building. Bling or Bishop Whitehead is embroiled in a nasty real estate battle. That's civil. That's not criminal, but that's an interesting case. This one YV says Tasha K will be reporting. Messy. Now, I want to ask you guys before we move on to the next story. What happened between Tasha K and Larry Reed? Does anybody know why they fell out? Anyone? Okay, let me read you some of your comments. I was waiting for them to come in. Okay, here we go. This from PW says she left Larry, went into business with someone else behind his back. What business? Like the business of news? Was it news business? He said Tasha lied on him. How did she lie on him? This says, I think it's something to do with money on the back end. I think it has to do with her lawyer. Probably all of this. She then went around saying Larry was and had. She said that? Jean says Tasha got mad because Larry didn't tell her that her what the attorney did for him. Hmm. What business? Business of what? Like a bakery? This from PW says they had a business deal. What was the business? They were working on together when Larry talked to his lawyer. If her idea was good, he was going to do it, but she thought he changed his mind. What was the business? Does anyone know? No one knows. These two people have the biggest mouths, but their business hush hush. This from Rhonda. Rhonda says, just being messy. Tasha K, as usual, she can't be trusted. Entertainment or something. Interesting. I'm just curious about that because when people say they work in a business together, like a bakery, like what's the business? You understand what I mean? Like, what's the business? What what could the business possibly be? Hmm. Interesting. 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 Quite interesting. Hmm. Well, the whole story is if Tasha K does publish a story on Larry Reed. Now let me ask you guys this, because y'all know everything. Let me ask you this. Now, Conscious TV had aired a recording of Tasha K and Larry Reed talking. Was that new or old? Does anyone know if it was new or old? Does anyone know that recording that CTV was playing between Tasha and Larry Reed, was it new or old? It was new. Did you guys listen to it? Because because Tasha's line of questioning. Okay, let me tell you why I think I want to go into detail with this. Let me tell you why I think the audio was weird. Because Tasha wasn't asking him purgative questions. She was basically like, I already have the story together. I just really just want to hear from you. And so it was almost like she wasn't trying to bait him into say anything salacious. It's like she was like, are you sure that's the truth? Are you sure? Are you sure that's the truth, Larry? Are you sure? It's like she already had the story. It's like she already knew what she was going to publish. She already knows what she's going to publish. She simply just wanted to hear it from his mouth. And he knew he was recording it, so he wasn't going to say anything crazy. And he also knew she's probably recording it as well. You know what I mean? it just the audio it sounded off. It didn't sound like an interview. It sounded like, "Are you sure?" Whatever it is. It's like she was sounding very cryptic. Do you understand what I mean? She was sounding really incredibly cryptic, the way she was talking it. It didn't make much sense to me. It didn't make much sense to me. This from Trina says, remember Storm was her protege and she fell out with him. Storm Monroe? Is that who you're talking about? She was trying to bait him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely not. Don't put me in I don't do mess like that. I leave that to the other bloggers. I get into the mess, but not like that. I wouldn't jeopardize my platform. They can keep that between themselves. But I do like to discuss it because I like to remember my platform is not about tea spilling. My platform is about tea analyzing, right? Because tea comes out all the time, but analyzing it is where the fun is at because you want to know who's telling the truth, who's real, you know what I mean? And news, right? Like obviously I talk about the news, but I like to analyze these things to a specific degree because if it doesn't make sense to me, I don't believe it until it makes sense. Does that make sense? YB says, yes, I listened. It was new because Tasha tried to get Larry to give a comment so she could run with it. And Larry denied whatever she said she had on him. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you remember when my braces are bothering me? Do you remember when Bishop Whitehead played those audio recordings of those alleged victims of Larry Reed? Did you guys listen to those audio recordings? He didn't play all of them. He just played two of them. Or he played one of them that was very long. He played one of them that was very long. Um, did you listen to them? It's just a yes or no question. You said yes. You said no. I encourage you to go. They're on Bishop Whitehead's page. I encourage you to go listen to them. I definitely I listened to them in depth. What are your thoughts on them? Amber, I encourage you to go listen to them. He did 2 days worth of playing them on his Instagram. Go listen to him. Go listen to him, Toy Alley. Not right now, but definitely go listen to them because they're long. They're about each live stream is about 2 hours long. So I listened twice. Okay. Yeah, they didn't call in. They were pre-recorded from they were pre-recorded audios from another blogger who conducted interviews with them. Let me correct myself. They were pre-recorded audio from another blogger who had interviewed them a number of years ago. Okay, so they didn't call in. I'm just curious, what did you think of them? Young says I believe them. I thought it was deemed to be not true. That was not. That's no. That is not it. It was never deemed to be not true. The blogger who got those recordings was given a gag order to stop talking about Larry, so he suppressed the story. But none of the story's allegations were ever brought up in court. I want to make sure we correct that, okay? But I want to just hear your thoughts. What if you heard it? What are your thoughts on it? Don't tell me it's fake, it's real. Just be like, I believe it, I don't believe it. But we'll talk about the legality of it in another live stream. This from Will B says, I believe there is some smoke. Where there's smoke, there is fire. But it's telling that these people don't want to identify themselves. Well, that could be for just anonymity. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a shameful matter. You know what I mean? So you just want to like I'll tell my story, but I want to remain anonymous. As somebody who gets a ton of anonymous tips, I understand. Especially when I did the Core Jake story, I understand anonymity. Some people are like, I'll tell you this tip, but you didn't hear it from me. And that's okay. And I wouldn't question them either. That's why Ivy says she got called out for intimidating. Okay, got you. This is from Brown Mama says, it's a setup for Larry to fall because Larry said the feds are coming for Bishop Whitehead and Tasha was using him. Okay, but that's not what I'm asking about the recordings. I'm asking if you listened to recordings and what did you think of them? Not what you're trying to surmise as to why they were released. Those are two different premises. So if you listen to them, what do you think of them? What did you think of the person who was speaking? Because there was really only one person speaking, and the person who was interviewing him only asked a handful of questions. So let me hear that. Maybe says, I hate to say it, but there's some truth. Old School Heart says that church set up was very suspicious, and I believe he participated in some certain behavior with these young guys. Why do you say that the church setup was suspicious? Can you elaborate, old school? What do you mean it was suspicious? Levantre Andrews. I'm gonna have to put a pin in this name. Uh, LMSYT. Thank you. This is from Z. Bradley says when he described the underwear enforcing him, it seemed likely. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. It's all very interesting. It's all very interesting. It's all very interesting. Hmm. Let's get to law canon. We'll just we'll just shelve this right now. We're gonna get to Chef Law Canon. And I'm gonna scroll to the top because I wanted to get to the comment that Old School made. Old School made a comment. It says, "I went to SIU with him. Didn't know him personally, but heard a few alumni was doing well. About a month ago, my friend also who also went to SIU broke their silence online about Cannon. My friend is an assistant principal in Chicago, and he hired Cannon to show love, and Cannon didn't deliver half the food he paid for. Next thing I knew, thousands saw his my friend's post and started complaining. One person said he brought Shark's Chicken, and had it delivered by Uber. Another said he canceled the day of, and they saw his Instagram post out of the country cooking for a celebrity. Yikes. Yikes. Well, if you guys don't know, Chef Law Cannon is a famous chef out of Chicago who is a celebrity chef. He has been graced across tons and tons and tons of posts across Twitter for his handsome cooking. And I'm going to share my screen so you can just see some of the tidbits. The guy can cook if it's him. Okay, so here are some of his food and recipes. The guy can cook. It looks like he can cook. You know what I mean? Beautiful trays, a nice array of food. I wouldn't call him a chef, but I would definitely say he can cook. I don't know if I would call this a chef. I'm at for me, I just get tired of seeing chicken and what's it called? And crab. I just get tired of it at this point. I'm just sick of it. Here's another one of a peach cobbler. Looks like he was making, but so he can cook. I don't know if I would call him a chef because they always cook the same things. Like make me like if I feel like you're a chef, you should be able to make me like a ravioli. You know, you should be able to make me from scratch. You should be able to make me all kinds of stuff, right? I could think of anything at this point that you should be making me. Ravioli, Caesar salad with homemade Caesar dressing. Can you do that, right? Like can you emulsify that? Or would you be able to make me what's it called? Uh oh, it's like this mussel dish. It's a slow cooked mussel dish. I forget salsiche, right? Can you make a salsiche? So I feel like if you can make Alfredo, are you really a chef? Okay, you know what I mean? I'm just like, but he can cook, and people do like a lot of what he does. Now, the problem with Chef Cannon is that he has a history allegedly of not paying people back for unfulfilled services. He also has a history of not showing up for events, canceling events last minute, refusing to give people their money back. Now, I have Chef Cannon's phone number. Don't ask me how, but I do. And I I was asked to reach out to him a couple of months back because somebody else had been going through the same situation. She had filed a claim with she had entered into agreement with Chef Cannon and he did not deliver on that agreement. She had requested her money back. She did not get her money back. She is still currently disputing it with Wells Fargo. Now, prior, I thought she had already received her money back from Wells Fargo, but she is still in dispute with them trying to get her money back when Chef Cannon could simply just hand over the goods. But that's not the only story. There's another story here on Twitter of another person who has had a running thing with him, and I'm going to read it to you. Let me just blow my screen up. So this is from Marietta. Says, I have been contemplating about making a statement on social media because I really do try to support Black owned businesses. However, on 09/22/22, I messaged Chef Law Cannon about providing services for a birthday dinner scheduled on 10/29/22. Law Cannon immediately replied asking what services will be needed. After a discussion of 40 people in the menus: lamb chops, stuffed chicken, jerk salmon, mac and cheese, garlic mashed potatoes, asparagus, and a salad. He agreed upon $1,600 with fee with servers, and he requested a deposit of $800. The deposit was sent, so the date was secured during this time frame. Law Cannon went out of the country when it was the week before my scheduled event. I contacted him and asked, will he be back on 10/29 during the weeks leading up to my date? He texted me several times saying that he's running a special. If I pay the remaining balance, he'll take off $250. I declined the offer because I'll wait to the day to pay the balance, like the invoice stated. On October 28th, he texted me, reminding me my balance was due the next morning, but he'll let me know where to send the payment. I asked him if he will be back on 10/29 because per social media, he's still out of the country. Per him, he's flying back that night. His team had already previously begun preparation. Saturday morning, deposit was sent for the remaining balance, and Law Cannon got ghost with his response. I reached out to the person I zelled for a payment, and he made contact with me. He made contact with him for me. After numerous calls and texts, he finally replied stating that his staff will be there at 7 p.m. and the services I ordered. Someone showed up at 8 p.m. with the food and just dropped it off. No servers, nothing. At this point, the dinner party started coming in. I spoke with a person and they advised me that Law Cannon texted him that Saturday morning asking me for a favor to prepare the food. I paid him for $1,600. The man did him a favor uh, and cooked half the food I ordered for $750, doing Law Cannon a favor. Law Cannon is a fraud that will take money from people, knowing he isn't going to provide the service and he will not refund your money back. If you go to YouTube, you'll see that other people have had the same problems with him. Unfortunately, I had to find out this information after I went through an unprofessional scammer, so-called celebrity chef. I have more than enough documentation and proof of my support from the complaint. Law Cannon still to this day hasn't returned my funds. He will not get away with this just because just because the person doesn't have a large platform doesn't mean that you can mess with me. Karma is coming, and you will never know who the person you're trying to F over. Spread the word and don't book or support the law scammer. Mm, that's crazy. That is insane. Um, and there's more, you guys. This is just the only story. This is the one story that I pulled up, but honey, there are dozens. And I'm not talking about like, you know what I mean? I'm talking dozens. I'm talking dozens of messages. You understand what I mean? Like, I'm talking dozens of messages, like different accounts, him always being out of the country. At some point, because I hear this notion all the time that he's out of the country. I don't know if Chef Law Cannon actually lives in the United States, you guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Also, too, I just bought a whole giant pack of these. These are EOS. Oh, it's like butter. It's like butter. Because I know y'all be clowning on me for using hair grease for lips for chapstick. But Chef Law Cannon, I got half a brain to think he doesn't actually live in the United States because or at least he's lying about not, oh, I'm out of the country, but he's not really out of the country. He just doesn't want to do it. You know what I mean? Um, that's that's overarching notion that I got. That's what I got. That's what I got. I got that I don't know if he actually lives here in America. Or if he does live here in America, he's using the excuse like I'm out of town. You know what I mean? I'm out of town. I'm out of town. So I'll be there, but I'm out of town. Let me get some of your comments. Ceviche, that's right. He double books. He does. Amber says, was he ever on any cooking show? I think he's social media famous. I don't think he's been on a cooking show, at least not that I've heard of. This from old school says he will send food through Uber and make them deliver it. That's my sister he do. No. Hold on one second. What's your sister's name? What's your sister's name, Cassie? Oh, it's in the other phone. Dang. I need his number. His number is in this phone. I was gonna text him right now. Like, what's going on, chef? Not you out here robbing this young girl's sister. It's in this phone right here. This one right here. It's in that one. His phone number. It's not in this one. Because I'd have half a brain to send him a text right now while I was live on the air and be like, not you out here robbing this good girl. This is Cassie says, same story he gave my sister. Mm-mm. Mm, mm. What's up, Phyllis? How you doing today? This is from Maquita. Maquita says that's what he said. That's what he said to me. He was running a special, but on Instagram there was no store. There was no story showing such advertisement. Did you ever give him money? This from Amber. Amber says, "Darn, he been getting over on people, honey. Crazy." This is from Lady T says, "I felt the same. I felt the same after hearing the story." What's up? No justice, no peace. Yeah. So run a check. This one, Margaret says, don't you let the cousin shame you, Chief. Oh, because of my chaps. What's wrong with this? EOS is good. I got it from Costco. This is good. And it's smooth. And it was a 10 pack. So I got a lot of them. You'll be seeing a lot of EOS this year. This is from Blaze says, all chefs are a different kind of people. I know I went to culinary school and realized not for me. Ooh, we. This from Trina says, has no one sued him yet? Also, what celebrities has he cooked for? Justin Bieber is one of them, and there was another. I want to say Kid Cudi. He has. I've seen photos of him with those people. Now I don't know if he cooked for them privately, but he was definitely in photos with them. So she's thinking the one stop. She's thinking the one stop being a TV show. This is from Melissa says, it's a long story with Larry. You need to follow Conscious TV to get the full breakdown. Isn't that his mentee? Isn't that his mentee? Melissa? Because if it is, it's probably not the first person. I mean, and it would, and no disrespect, but it's probably not the first person I will go to get the information on a person. Do you understand what I mean? She's in the very beginning, you guys. Melissa's in the very beginning of the live stream, so she's not going to answer. She's probably going to answer in like 20 minutes. Okay, I could tell by her responses in the chat. She's at the very beginning of the live stream, so cut her a little slack. But yes, so um if he is his mentee, he's probably not the person that I would go to get the truth. Does that make sense? And it's not because I wouldn't believe him, but it's like saying, did Stephanie rob the bank? Go ask her mom. It's like her mom's not inclined to tell you if I did or not, right? You probably would ask a non-partial person, somebody who was non-partial. You understand what I mean? You want to go to someone who is non-partial, and he's partial, right? He's partial to telling the good positive side, and maybe just not hint on all of the bad. So you want to always source your information from a non-partial member, right? Things that are non-partial are court documents. You understand what I mean? And you have to analyze them. Court documents, witnesses who don't know the person, who has no vetted interest in protecting them, security footage, cameras, text messages, videos. Those are non-partial elements. So I wouldn't go to someone's best friend and be like, "Hey, tell me all the dirt on your best friend." It's probably not likely I'm going to get the full account. Does that make sense? Yeah, unbiased opinion, correct. Virtuous says, "I totally missed the first story. I'll have to watch live." Yeah. And that's understandable. That's understandable, but he is his mentor. Does that make sense? So, Melissa, if I were to ask someone, "Hey, did Melissa take part in a murder?" I'm probably not going to ask your children. Does that make sense to you? Because your children are partial to bias, especially if they don't want their mother to go to jail. I'm probably going to go and seek the information from somebody who doesn't have a vetted interest in protecting you. So I want to make sure you get an understanding of what that means. A non-biased, unpartial member. So I wouldn't ask his best friend to tell me the truth. Does that make sense to you? I want to make sure we're on the same page so you get an understanding of what we're discussing. So you have to let me know. Are you picking up what we're putting down? We would never talk to somebody who would have a bias in telling a story. Does that make sense? I don't see a comment, so I'm assuming it does. This from Tiffany says eyeballs. This from Brown Delight says, what? Bought a car, no license? Oh, this might be to someone else. This might be to someone else. Okay, so I don't think you understand, but that's okay. That's totally okay. I appreciate you attempting to understand. I appreciate you attempting to understand, but I don't think you're understanding. I think what I'm saying is going completely over your head, and I don't want it to, because it shouldn't. Right? Does that make sense? I don't want what I'm saying to go over your head. So I'm going to give you another example, Melissa, and you're either going to say yes or no. And if you answer with anything other than that, then it means that you don't understand what we're saying. If you committed a murder, okay, that seems like a fairly simple, right, notion for you to understand, and I were to investigate it, I would not ask your children or your husband. And not because I don't want to talk to your children or your husband, but I would not ask them first because they have a bias, right? They are not impartial. So impartial means that they are not going to look at it objectively. They're going to be like, "That's my mom, and I'm going to say whatever I got to say to free her," because there's a partial bias. If I were going to investigate whether you committed a murder, I would probably go look at the security footage first if it exists. And then I would knock on the doors of the neighbors, right, of where the murder occurred, see if they heard anything. Then I would check the records to see if a 911 call was made. I'm going to go to things that are anecdotal, that don't have a reason to lie. Okay, so you understand, you're understanding. Got it. So when you say, "Go ask his best friend," that is a weird statement because that is a partial bias. I wouldn't ask him. I would ask individuals like you guys who don't have a vetted interest in lying or withholding the truth or with not saying something that you think would hurt, right? Like, "Oh, I don't want to say that because That sounds bad for Larry. I'm just going to withhold that. You don't have that. That's not built in you. But it might be built in you because it took us a little bit longer to get you to understand what a partial bias is. So I probably I wouldn't take a stab at what you were saying. If I were to ask you a question about this whole entire story, I probably wouldn't ask you first. I probably ask you last, just because I could feel the partial bias in you already because I had to explain this scenario 4 times for you to get an understanding of what that meant. So I'm a little concerned about there might be a slight learning curve, but if you're here, I'm here to help. This from Madeline says, so I'm in the beginning. The business was some type of media business, and everything else that was mentioned is exactly what happened. The nail in the coffin was that she said Larry Reed has yeah. Thank you, Madeline. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do. Thank you for kind of like summed up everything that I needed to hear in one sentence. I appreciate that. Okay. This is from Keisha says, hello everyone. Hello, Keisha. How you doing today? This from Karen says, okay, we got it 15 minutes ago. Now you got it, Karen, but I don't think she did. So I just be trying to explain it to people. I just be trying to explain it to people because I want people to have understanding. Because if we don't have the same understanding, then when I start talking really fast, you're gonna miss a lot of what I'm saying. So we gotta all make sure we're on the same level of understanding. Okay. Um, okay, perfect. So now back to Chef Law Cannon. So Chef Law Cannon in his sinister ways, or his lion ways has grifted a lot of money from a lot of people. Now I intend on reaching out to him after this live show so I can get an understanding of why there's more stories. Now I thought there was only one story until I talked to another chef who sent me more stories. Like if you actually go to Twitter and type in Chef Law Cannon, a ton of different stories pop up of this. It's almost like it's the same story. He immediately responds to them, right? As soon as they reach out to him, he responds like that. So it's weird. I find a celebrity chef with no secretary. That's my first. That's my first hiccup. That's my first hiccup. Celebrity chef with no secretary. I find that a little. I find it a little. That's a little concerning for me, because the money only goes directly in his hands and no one else's. So I'm a little concerned about that. The second thing is that he's always out of the country. He's never just out of town. He's always out of the country. So I guess he can only serve you food in either Chicago or Paris because you're not going to be able to get food from Law Cannon anywhere else, only Chicago and Paris, um, which I find bizarre that you're only in Europe or Illinois. I think it's odd that he always tells them the day before the event that he'll give them a discount if they pay it now. Some people oblige. I've seen stories where some people are like, yeah, sure, that's save $250. I've heard other people say, no, I want you to show up first. And they knew something was up when he started asking for the money before the event. The next thing is the food being delivered to you and dropped off, you know? But you're only telling the chef who Chef Cannon is like Chef Cannon is like hiring to do the food. He's only telling the people to cook half of it, which I find odd. You understand what I mean? Just cook half. Why? Just cook the whole thing if you're not going to do it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, he's got the same playbook for every single person. Take half the money, always out of town, ask for the other half the day before, and then the day of the event, send half the food. Make it make sense. And the fact that no one has sued this man is the other odd part. Like, no one just took him to small claims court. Just take him to small claims court. If you win your summary judgment, they'll garnish his wages for you. It's that simple. Just take him to small claims court. Let me get some of your comments. Let me get some of your comments. This from Jean says, if court documents are read word for word, how can someone twist things? Are you asking me? Or is this a comment for someone else? This from Amber says, people need to stop using him. They probably should. They should at least pump the brakes on it real quick. This from Kadra says, he might not want to pay the full amount to the other shelves. Yeah. But you're going to have to deliver the full food. You agreed to pay the full menu. So why is he only giving like not half? Yes, honey, half. This from Old School says, if you cook half, you can at least say it was delivered and there was a misunderstanding. Yeah, right. That dude is evil. Right? Because you're right. Because I think about that. Yeah. So when, um, but still, even if half of it's delivered, he agreed to be there and have servers. So him delivering the food is not what they agreed upon. They agreed upon him being there, prepping the food, and having at least 2 to 3 servers. He didn't deliver that. He only delivered half cold food. But I get what you're trying to say, Old School. This from Virtuous says, most chefs won't do an event until paid till payment is made in full, which is usually 3 weeks before the event, and there's insurance and contracts that both party that protect both parties. Yeah, he's sus as heck. He's sus as heck. This from Karen Sherman says he's gonna scam the wrong person and end up on the menu. Chow. This is from Cassie C says, yep, that's what he was doing to my sister. How would a special benefit her when she paid 95% of the bill? Exactly. Like, how does that benefit her? Look, I got that hobo's number, okay? I do plan on because this is Chef's Week, so we're talking about chefs all week. I do plan on reaching out to him again and telling him about the other 7 other stories that I have loaded in my back pocket, and I'm gonna ask him because he when I let me tell you guys full disclosure when I first reached out to him, he asked me where I'm from. I said we're on TikTok and Nosy Bystanders, and he pulled up my page. And I felt like he was this close to blocking me after he was like, ooh, what's this bitch doing digging? You know what I mean? Like, I felt like he was nervous. He was like, how'd you get this number? I said, well, I was given your number because someone said that they had an event that you skimped out on. Can you explain? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. This is from Tiffany says, I'm going to need pig's feet and cow tongue now. Is that what people eat? Smash that like button. This from Cassie says he didn't even show and hadn't she had to fly another chef into her daughter's birthday and hadn't you mean she had to fly another chef into her daughter's birthday event? Crazy. That's crazy. This from Brit says there's so many scamming chefs out there in these internet streets. Chef Cannon, allegedly, Chef Taling, allegedly, Chef Darius Cooks, allegedly. Chef Gotti, he didn't scam people. He just was diddling kids. Um, they're just a mess. These internet chefs are a mess. I just want y'all to know before y'all book another chef, y'all can cook lamb chops and Alfredo sauce. I need listen. Y'all not listening. Scoot closer to the TV. Y'all can cook lamb chops and Alfredo, shrimp Alfredo by yourself. You don't need to spend $2,000 on Chef Law Cannon, okay? Because I don't know about y'all, but every one of these chefs serve the same dish. It ain't nothing but a rendition of crab legs and Alfredo sauce, shrimp and grits and gumbo, hot wings and cheesecake, okay? Y'all can make this stuff yourself. Okay, you can do it. You need to go back to the olden days when Emerald Lagasse and Julia Child and Martha Stewart, okay, and Rachel Ray were just cooking on TV and showing you how to do it. You can do it, okay? I said the same thing to the girls who do hair, is the same thing I'm gonna tell the girls who do nails, is the same thing to the chefs. Y'all can do this stuff. Y'all just got lazy. That's why you can't understand why a lace front install is $400. Because y'all got lazy. Y'all got a little bit of money. Y'all graduated from college. Y'all got the promotion. Okay, y'all got rid of the white refrigerators and y'all got the stainless steel and y'all got lazy and y'all let these scammers build all these internet businesses and start grifting y'all. Cause y'all got lazy. You're like, I'm not gonna do it. I threw away the white refrigerator. I got stainless steel. And you let those girlies go from charging you $35 for a full set to almost $250 for a full set. Where they do that at? Because y'all got, I'm telling you, it's the white refrigerator endemic. Y'all need to go get your white refrigerators back. Okay, go get your white refrigerators. Go get your, like me. Come get like me. Go get your white refrigerators back. Get rid of that stainless steel one. Because as soon as y'all got the stainless steel refrigerators, the scammers came out. They said, "Oh, she paid for stuff. She paid to get her nails done. She gonna pay this. Oh, she love a good lace front. She gonna get this lace front. Oh, she don't like cooking. She like going to brunch. So I'm gonna charge her this much money for a private. Ain't nothing but eggs. Ain't nothing but eggs and mimosas that you can make. Stop letting these people scam you. And a bucket of fruit. Y'all be getting on my nerves when y'all be having these private chefs do your birthday parties and it be the brunches and there don't be nothing but a table full of eggs and grapes. I'm like, I know you didn't pay this man. I know you did not pay this man and this woman $3,000 to serve you eggs and a bucket of grapes. They look nice. Don't get me wrong. They be looking nice. They be looking nice. The spread be nice. When the chefs do it right, the spread be nice. The linen be really nice. Like y'all be having the balloons. I don't know why. I don't know who got into the business of balloons, but they eating and they taking y'all money because them girls who be doing the balloon arrangements for y'all baby showers and wedding showers and birthdays, they've been eating, honey. Y'all been letting them eat. I don't get it, but y'all can do it yourselves. Okay. Y'all can do it yourselves. Y'all didn't get your white refrigerators back. Get your white refrigerators back. Y'all got to come back down. I know y'all making a little bit more money now. A lot of y'all travel nurses. I know a lot of y'all travel nurses. I know a lot of y'all was making bread during the pandemic. Y'all got to come back down because it's getting ridiculous. Okay, it's getting ridiculous. Okay, go tell your husband and pull the white refrigerator out of the basement and swap them out. Use that white refrigerator you've been using as your deep freezer, and you need to turn that back into your refrigerator because y'all done got crazy. Okay, let me get so not the fridge. Yes, you said I'll slap. So I slap some press-ons though. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm just I still got mine. Me too, honey. I still got my white refrigerator. This one YV says now pancakes, waffles, etc. But not no gumbo. Honey, I didn't see gumbos. I didn't see gumbos. This from Daydreamer says they better get all the good fruit from Publix and go on, honey. Child. They be serving y'all fruit baskets in a Dollar General plastic bowl. And they make it look beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but it is what it is. There's no way to make fruit sexy, you guys. So if fruit is served in its most basic form, just washed off, why is a chef charging you $1,600 for it? Let me explain that, right? If a chef says I can make lamb chops and smother this and this and this, I can make peach cobblers and all this other stuff. The moment I looked at his menu and I saw fruit, I'm not paying you for fruit. Make all the other stuff. If they want fruit, they can go home and eat fruit. I'm not paying no chef to serve no fruit to my guest. I'm not doing it. Not happening. I'm just saying. Girl to white refrigerator. Yes, honey. Go get y'all white refrigerator. See, y'all let Nene leak scare y'all. That was Nene. Remember that one scene in Sheree's hotel, and she was like, "Ooh, not the white refrigerator, honey." Y'all was ashamed. Don't let Nene Leak shame you. Don't let her shame you. This one, Patrick O'Neill says, "Do y'all know how cheap you can go to the store and get a crap load of fruit, cut it up, dollar store balloons, and blow them?" Tell them, Patrick, because they not listening. They not listening. This is from Keishi. Is it Kanisha? Said them Dollar Tree balloons and plates, honey. This is what Courtney J says. Yep, it's breakfast. You can make it yourself, child. I just be trying to tell y'all. I just be trying to tell y'all. I'd be like, it's beautiful. The spreads be beautiful. The Instagram videos be beautiful. But at the end of the day, it's just eggs and some Jimmy Dean's sausage patties. That is sausage patties here. Then I see him how he crumbled them up and made a gravy, sausage gravy, and some Pillsbury biscuits. They got y'all. Y'all need to cut it out. They got y'all. Rashida said, definitely lazy. Child, I don't have time. I need someone else to do it. See, that's y'all problem. I mean, I will get someone else to do it too. I'm in the same boat. Okay. But there's limits. There's limits to it. This is from Amanda. I think that's Amanda. Says, you said get you a few cookbooks. One of my first was The Joy of Cooking. She's still a heavy rotation. That's really good. This from Cookie says, hey, my cake made out of watermelon. Takes time and craft. Sounds like it does. It sounds like it does. Tovania says, Woo Child the Ghetto. I just posted the clip. Nene Leaks did that to y'all. She did y'all. She did y'all so dirty. She did y'all so dirty. Y'all ran away from the white refrigerator. The white refrigerator still work. Mine do. It makes a little click clack sound, but nonetheless, my ice is still icy and my fridge is still crisp. So yeah, but chefs like Law Cannon are a dime a dozen. There's so many stories about him. There's so many stories about Darius Cook. There's so many stories about a lot of them, to be honest with you. But it is Chef's Week, and every day we're going to read another staunch tale from another alleged scammer chef. Y'all, I just be trying at this point. I just listen. I just be just trying to tell y'all the truth. Okay. I just be trying to tell y'all the truth, honey. I be trying to tell y'all the truth. But that is all that I have for you today. Tomorrow, we're going to be discussing more news. Now, remember, Tory Lanez the jury has been out for 2 days deciding his case. So we might get a verdict tomorrow. I don't know, but we're going to keep you guys posted. And then the rest of this is Chef's Week. So that is all that I have for you today. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander, and we'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, here at the Nosy Bystanders, you guys. Thank you again, and good night.